Hey, it's Monday at noon here on the Gopher Sports Facebook page, which means it's time for Ski-U-Mah Weekly, presented by the Minnesota Lottery. I'm Justin Gaard from KFA and Radio and the Gopher Radio Network, and we're once again here in the lobby of the Land O'Lakes Center for Excellence. Busy day here on this gloomy Monday, so we're happy to have you with us, and we're happy to talk women's gymnastics today. That will take up the entire show. It's NCAA Selection Show Day at 3 o'clock. The gymnasts will find out who's coming here, because they know that they're in the NCAA tournament. They know that they're hosting on April 7th at Maturi Pavilion, but we don't quite know who the other teams are going to be. So that's today at 3 o'clock on NCAA.com if you want to watch along with Hannah Hitchcock and Rachel Rowland, a couple of our seniors here today. First of all, thanks for joining us today, guys.
Thanks for having us.
What's today like? You know teams are coming to you. You know you're in the tournament. You've known all season long you're going to be hosting. So any anxiety today, or is it just kind of an exciting day?
I think it's just exciting. We just want to see who's coming to us. Either way, we're going to do our job and stay in our bubble, so it doesn't really matter who comes, but it's still exciting.
What's it like senior year, being able to stay on campus, stay in your home area, so to speak, and host a regional? It's got to be pretty cool.
Yeah, this is ideal, really. We love competing at home, and any chance we can get to compete in the PAV is just the best. And the last time we made it further in the NCAA tournament, we were at home, and so we know we can get the job done here.
So you guys are seniors. Does it feel like you're seniors? Does it feel like your careers are winding down, so to speak, or does it feel like you just got here? And I know you guys spend an awful lot of time together, so take us through that whole thing.
Well, I think we kind of still feel like underclassmen. We're still trying to figure it out, to be honest, but I think we try not to think about the fact that we're almost done because we want to focus on the season and not be sad. So try to put it in the back of our minds.
And Rachel, what about for you? Obviously, coming from Colorado, I believe, now here at the end of your career, what are the emotions like here in the final couple of weeks?
Right now I'm in total denial, if I'm being honest. I just try not to think about it, but I definitely can feel that my practices and turns are numbered, and I really am trying to make the most of every turn and just enjoy the moment. And this trip to Big Tens last weekend was really fun, and just to soak it all in one last time was great.
They tell me that you guys are pretty good friends. I know you guys basically go after each other in a number of different things, on the bars, I think. So why do you guys click? When did this relationship start, this friendship start? They basically said you guys wouldn't come on separately, you had to come on together because that's how close you are. So what do you think it was about the relationship that you guys hit it off right away?
It started on our recruiting visit, on our official visit. I don't know, right away we just clicked, and I wasn't committed here yet, but she texted me like every week asking if I was committed yet and if I was coming.
Yeah.
So I did.
I take credit for her being here.
Yeah.
And the recruiting trip, it was just a good time, right? You said this is, and obviously you guys spend an awful lot of time together. I know Coach Hansen will say the most important thing to do is make sure people get along and find friends, so to speak, and have a tight group. It seems like you guys have developed that, not just with you two, but the team as well.
Yeah, we definitely try to branch out and make relationships with everyone on the team and not just with each other. I think both of us are pretty easygoing, so I'd say we have pretty good relationships on our team.
Yeah, we spend a lot of time together outside the gym, so when we're at team events or functions, we really try to branch out and talk to other people because there's no reason we need to be together every minute of every day.
Not all the time.
No.
But you guys have had great senior seasons, career highs and records for yourselves, personal records. What do you think has been key to that? Why have you been able to be so productive this year?
I think that our confidence has just skyrocketed this year. We've stepped into more of a leadership role, and I think that's kind of helped our performance because we haven't been so focused on ourselves but more for the team, and I definitely think that's helped.
Rachel, what about for you?
Yeah, I think, like Hannah said, being in a more leadership role, trying to be the example all the time has really helped me. It was something I was nervous about because you kind of feel like you can't have an off day because everyone's looking towards you to set the mood, but that's helped me a lot to come in with a positive attitude and a lot of energy every day.
Your team is exceptional on the bars. We're going to talk more about bars next segment as well. What's the key for someone like me who watches, and I've told your coach this, to gymnastics basically once every 4 years, but I'm trying to figure out what's going on. What's the key when you get up there on the bars? What's important?
Well, if you're a spectator, all you need to look for is hit handstands and stuck dismounts. That's the foundation of a good routine. If you do that, you're looking at a pretty good score.
Hit handstands and stick dismounts. I'm going to write that down.
Yep.
Would you agree with that, Hannah?
Yeah, you just got to stay calm and swing. You don't want to tense up because then you short your handstands and you hold back, and that's never good.
Shorting your
go for
handstand
it.
or over-rotating on your handstand? What's the bigger problem? Because I've seen them
Shorting it. You barely overdo your handstands, especially at a meet, so
I mean,
think
if
shorting
you
it's
overdo
a bigger
it's a
issue.
fall, though.
That's true. But you'd rather be aggressive, right?
Yeah, you'd rather take a shot
Yeah,
as
sure.
opposed to be a little bit timid. Now, you also compete in a number of different events, vault, I know, floor routine. What are the difficulties or challenges in moving from one event to another so quickly? I know you've probably done it your whole life, so it's not that big a deal, but how do you switch gears, so to speak?
For me, like, each event is just totally separate, so whether you do good or bad on the event before, you just move on to the next one. It's a separate thing. I think we're just kind of used to it.
Okay, last thing for both of you. I mentioned, Rachel, you came from Colorado. You came from California. So how do you end up, I mean, I'm sure it was for days like this where it's sleeting and it's snowy and you said
It's
perfect.
beautiful.
It's terrific out here. But how did you guys end up here? Like, what do you remember about your recruiting process and why the University of Minnesota was going to be a good fit?
Two of my teammates, Lindsay Mabel and Bailey Abernathy, were on the gymnastics team here, and they said just wonderful things about it. And I came out here for a visit, and I was really surprised that I liked it, and it didn't look like Antarctica, so I was really impressed.
All right, and what about you from California?
The main thing that stood out is just the coaches and the team were so welcoming when I came here. Like, that really stood out from other schools. That really convinced me to come here. Lindsay Mabel convinced me to come here.
Well, I would say Lindsay Mabel's she's a good
Yeah.
person to follow, right? One of the
Yeah.
most decorated gymnasts to ever come through here. Yeah, that's not bad. That's a good role model to have. We have a question here, and you can drop them in the comments section of your Facebook page right now. Megan wants to know, for both of you as we wrap up, what are your favorite memories of being Golden Gophers? Hannah, we can start with you.
Some of my favorite memories are the bus trips, for sure. We like to sing, and we like to have Paige conduct our choir, and I think that's like one of my favorite memories is just having fun on the bus.
What songs?
Oh, Bleeding Love by
Bleeding
Leona
Love?
Lewis.
Okay, that's kind of the go-to.
Yeah.
Give us a
Some
few
Kelly
bars if
Clarkson,
you mind.
too.
That'd be great. We'll let them go.
Oh, that's
I haven't warmed up yet.
Yeah, that's fine.
that's all
Okay,
you.
so bus rides, songs, we get that. How about for you, Rachel? Same thing?
Yeah, the same thing. We put so much emphasis on our performance, but I found that what you really remember is the in-between kind of things, like hanging out with your roommate at the hotel or on the bus or dancing before practice, those kinds of things. It's like all the small things really add up into one great memory for me.
So we got about 2 hours and 45 minutes before the selection show. How do you fill the time between now and then, and what are you looking forward to about this afternoon?
Well, we have weights.
We're
Okay.
gonna do a lift.
We're gonna do a lift. That'll be super fun.
I think we have a meeting.
Yeah, and then we have a leadership meeting. So
Weights and a
Lots of
leadership
good
meeting.
stuff.
And then it's 3 o'clock at NCAA.com. Well, Hannah, Rachel, thanks for joining us. Good luck in the remaining days as Golden Gophers. Don't think about the end. Think about what's coming up here on April 7th. We appreciate you taking the time.
thank you.
Thanks for having us.
We're going to continue with Gophers Gymnastics when we come back here on Ski-U-Mah Weekly. Welcome back to Ski-U-Mah Weekly here on the Gopher Sports Facebook page. I'm Justin Gaard. We're joined now by Coach Jenny Hansen and the Big Ten Freshman of the Year, Lexy Ramler, here on the show. Coach, first of all, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having us. Excited to be here.
It's got to be kind of an exciting day. I was mentioning to you before the show, we did women's basketball a couple of weeks ago on Selection Monday, and there were kind of like mixed feelings, like they were right there on the bubble in terms of getting into the NCAA tournament. So I was a little nervous. The team seemed like they were fine, but this has got to be kind of just like a chill, relaxing, exciting day because you guys know you're going, you know where you're hosting. So what's today going to be like for you?
You know, it's a great feeling knowing that we're qualifying to the regional championships for yet again another year, but we're always thrilled to be hosting. Hosting is such an honor, and it's so exciting for our team to be at home and have this kind of a championship for our fans, so we're really excited.
I know you've been excited about the potential of this team. When we talked to you even before the season, you mentioned how much you love this team going forward. Was your love kind of validated throughout the season? I'm sure there's ebbs and flows as the season goes on, but is this pretty much the team and the performance that you expected to have when we talked about 4 or 5 months ago?
Yeah, you know, they are such a great team, and it hasn't been an easy year. You know, I don't think any year is ever easy, but they've continued to fight and to battle through every single weekend, and we're excited for this weekend because I think we still have our best gymnastics ahead of us.
And we'll bring in the freshman of the year now in the Big Ten, Lexy Ramler from Winona, I believe, right? From just down the road. So first of all, congratulations. I'm sure that's exciting. Did that, you know, everybody has goals when they come in. I'm sure you had high goals, but did that even exceed your expectations a little bit to be so productive so early, or was this always the plan for you?
This year I kind of just came in and I wanted to see what I could do. I didn't really have any major goals just because, you know, this is my first time being through the college process, and so I just wanted to have fun with it.
One of the things that's interesting when I talked to some of your teammates, even before the show, everybody seems very inclusive, but also like mad about who's on the board and who's not on the board. They're bragging about everybody, and they're saying, "Where's Lexy? Should be all Big Ten, freshman of the year, all the weeks." But that has to be a perfect environment for someone young coming in, just to have upperclassmen like that seem so supportive.
Yes, it's absolutely amazing to have those upperclassmen kind of taking us freshmen under their wings and just guiding us through the entire process.
What was the plan for Lexy when she came in? Obviously, high profile, we know that. High achiever, we know that. In terms of your expectations of where she was going to fit, how has that all come together?
I think she's had pretty much the year we expected her to have. You know, you always have high hopes for freshmen, especially of Lexy's caliber, but she came in first day of practice ready to set a standard, and she's followed that every day through, and we're really proud of the season she's had, and we know there's even bigger things yet to come for Lexy.
I've talked to other gymnasts and swimmers and tennis players from individual sports, so to speak, Lexy, where a lot of it is on your own, where a lot of the time you spend when you're growing up is in a gym by yourself. You might have a coach, you might have a team, but what's it like then to come into a team environment where your individual goals are important, but the team has things they want to accomplish as well?
Yes, that was definitely a huge change for me because I've been so individual. So coming here to University of Minnesota, a team aspect, I definitely had to learn to adjust, but it wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be because the team is so unified. It was really easy to just kind of slide into that environment.
The other thing I don't want to forget, Coach, is the number of academic all Big Ten athletes that you have. I'm sure when you're recruiting student athletes, you're telling their parents they're coming here to be gymnasts, but they're coming here to be students as well. Give us kind of the elevator speech on how important academics have been, and another great year for you guys in the classroom.
Yeah, we're really proud of the team having 10 all Big Ten accolades for our athletes in the academic area. Well, that's the number one reason they come here, is to get a great education and leave here with a degree. And we always say gymnastics is a very close second, but it'll never overtake their academics. And I think this team has just proven again that how important that is, and we're really proud of how they've done.
How is that adjustment, Lexy, from high school work to college work and all the things that go along with it, and being a high performance athlete as well?
It's definitely an adjustment. From high school, I came that gymnastics was, you know, way more of a workload than school. And so coming here, those roles kind of flipped. So I'm still adjusting a little bit, but slowly getting the hang of it.
Do you have any idea what to expect? You've been in big meets before, but the NCAA regional, especially depending on who's going to be here with different teams, that's kind of a whole different ballgame, I would assume, in terms of crowd and pressure. So what do you draw on from your experience that'll help you in a couple of weeks?
Well, as an elite, I competed on podium a lot, so I know that environment pretty well. But overall, the pressure, you know, you just have to take it event at a time and not really think about it too much and just kind of do what you do as normally.
So we mentioned with Coach Hansen that academics are #1 here at the University of Minnesota, and Ivy Lu just joined us because she had class until 12:05. It is 12:14, so nicely done. You weren't here early and skipping the class. That's great. But first Big Ten Bars champion since 2002 here at the University of Minnesota. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Take us through the experience and what that was like for you.
It was really fun to be competing on podium. It was a nice arena, so to be out there and competing with, you know, all the Big Ten teams, it was really, really fun.
You're a sophomore, so I'm sure you had goals and expectations for yourself. I mean, was this kind of all along the plan? Is this where I want to be by the end of my sophomore year?
Yeah, it was for sure a big goal of mine, and to see it actually happen was a really cool feeling.
Number 2 in the country, coach, in bars. I don't know if you know that. But,
I do, yes.
In case you didn't, I did know that. What's it like to have somebody of that caliber in that event? I know bars is a particular strength for your team.
Yeah, we're currently ranked number 10 in the country on bars, and I think we probably have one of the best last 2 bar workers in the country here with us right now. They've been pretty awesome. But, you know, just to see them two kind of back off one another each and every meet, you know, 9-9, 9-9-5, kind of all through the season has been pretty great. And we always feel really great when those are the last 2 kids we have on uneven bars.
What's that like for you guys to be, like she said, the last 2, to have that pressure, so to speak, but also opportunity that has to be pretty cool?
Mm-hmm. I think it's an amazing opportunity. Every single time I go up, I'm like, all right, I got to set Ivy up. If they give me a 9.95, they got to give her a 10. So that's my whole thought process behind it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is really cool to, you know, be able to go out there and be in the last 2 positions out there. So I think it's good for the team, but it's also good for us to perform at our best.
When I talked to the women's cross country team a couple of weeks ago, they talked about a really good day 2 performance, I think, at the beginning that really sprungboard them towards the end of the day, and they were able to win the Big Ten championship. Does momentum like that exist in gymnastics when you guys are going through different events and maybe someone scores a little higher than they originally had, or we're working on something and they finally hit it? Do you guys all feed off each other in that regard?
Absolutely. We definitely feed off of the energy. And you know, when everybody's hitting their bars or everybody's hitting their beam, it's, you go up there like, I'm going to hit it too. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, absolutely just feeding off the energy.
Do you agree with that, Ivy?
I do. I think once everyone does well, it's just, you know, it's just, for us, it's just going to happen too. So I think it's just fun for everyone, yeah.
All right, so you got the regional coming up April 7th. What should people know that have never been to a regional? I got 2 questions on that, first of all. But what should people know if they've never been to Maturi Pavilion to watch you guys, or have never been to the intensity of an NCAA regional? What are you expecting?
Well, we're expecting a big crowd. You know, our last home meet, we had over 3,100 people at our meet, and it was incredible. It was so much fun, tons of energy. The one difference about the regional, obviously all 6 teams are in the top 36, so great competition, but there's a couple buys during the meet because there are 6 teams. So it's a little bit difficult maybe to follow scoring a little bit, but it's super exciting. And if you haven't been to a meet, this is a great one to come and watch.
So what do you guys do the rest of the day? You've got 2 hours and change basically before you find out who's coming. I know there's a lift involved, there's a team meeting. Yep. Anything else before you go to the old football team room to watch?
I'll probably get some snacks.
Yep, same thing.
Snacks here at the Athletes Village. How's that been, by the way? The new Athletes Village. Right to our left, you've got the lunch right going on over here. That's why people are walking back and forth. How's that been for you guys to join into the new place here?
I think it's absolutely amazing. It's just beautiful. The food is great, and it's awesome to have it here for sure. Absolutely.
Cool. Well, I'm going to go get to it. Ivy, Lexy, Jenny, thank you for joining us. Congratulations on a good season. We do have Megan as our Minnesota Lottery prize pack question of the day. So she will win the Minnesota Lottery prize pack. Thanks. We can do it every Monday. Drop your questions in. We get to as many as we can, so we thank you for that. 3 o'clock today, ncaa.com if you want to watch along. Remember, April 7th, Maturi Pavilion, and tickets are going to be on sale at gophersports.com. And depending on teams that are here, you're going to want to jump in on that early. 3,100 people that came to Maturi Pavilion last time. What's it seat? About that?
I think it's closer to 5.
About 5. So there's like 1,900 tickets that might be up for grabs. So you're going to want to make sure you get some of those. Continued success, guys. Thanks for taking the time, and good luck on the 7th.
All right, thank you.
All right, we'll be back next Monday right here at noon on the Minnesota Sports Facebook page. Thanks as always to the Minnesota Lottery.